In this video, I'll show you how to do a bind off. This is when you want to finish your knitting and take it off the needles and it won't unravel. So you take your knitting on your left hand side, you take your right hand needle and you'll slip the first stitch, which means you put your needle through as if you're knitting, but you don't knit it, just slip it off the left hand side needle. And you knit the second stitch on your left hand side. Knit and slip it onto your right hand needle. Now what you do is you take the very first stitch on your right hand side needle, using your left hand side needle, you slip it over the stitch that you had just knit. And that's the very first bind off stitch. So again, you knit stitch on your left hand needle, pull it onto your right hand needle, and then using your left needle, you pull the far stitch on the far right side over top of the stitch you just knitted. Again, so you knit the next stitch, slip it onto your right hand side needle, using your left hand side needle, you slip that far right hand stitch over top, let go. So you should always only have this one stitch left over on your right hand side when you're ready to knit. So knit, next stitch, make sure your yarn is underneath, slip the far right stitch over the one that you had just knitted, and you can see a bind off is starting to happen. So let me continue the rest of the row. So I'm coming to the last stitch, knit that as well. There's no more stitches on your left hand side needle. You still take the far right stitch, pull it over top of your left hand side stitch, and you see here the bind off is complete. And what you do to take it off your needle, you slip your needle out, you can cut off your yarn, like so. And you pull it all the way through your loop, and there you go, it's complete. And this is your binded off end, so they won't slip. And you can use the first 5 videos. You can make scarves washcloths, anything that you want. And there you go.